Let's get to the trader rundown now with Brian Stutland, the founder of Equity Armor Investments. And Brian, it seems like a clear buy the dip, but is that a scary or risky thing to do in the market right now?
Yeah, it feels like it, given all the levels of volatility in this market to actually dip in. But I will tell you this, Angie, a couple of days ago, as the market kind of sold off into the close, we saw people that trade options and use that as insurance. Think of it as like, owning insurance for fire insurance for your house. They were actually selling the insurance out, meaning they were comfortable owning a home without having any insurance on, which meant they were willing to buy the market at some lower level. And then sure enough, the next day, yesterday, right off the top, we saw the market rally 2% on the open. So it seems like this 4150 level or so on the S&P seems to be where people want to buy it. I would still say we still got to clear some levels a little bit higher to get through to say all is clear. But it was looking at least a little better that people were willing to come in and risk, the big institutional traders at least, come in and look to buy the market.
What would be your trade of the day?
Well, I think one thing to look at that no one's talking about, I mean, everybody is clamoring in, all the commodity traders, the CTAs, they're trying to buy up commodities right now. I think actually the trade that happens is the mistake that Putin made with this war is he went in before crops and seeds got planted this spring. And I think U.S. producers, I think Canadian producers, the other top 6 or 7 producers in the world are going to be able to plant enough to make up for maybe the lost supply that might come out of like wheat and corn. On top of that, I think U.S. producers, when you look at the oil markets, those oil rigs right here are still under, the amount of rigs online are still undervalued, right? And so I think when you look out, 6 months, 9 months from now, I think the commodity supply will be met here. And I think the West is looking at it and say, hey, listen, Russia, we don't need you anymore. If you want to play this way, we'll go it alone and we'll make up for that capacity. And I would be looking to maybe take some off of the table here. Commodities being so high. You've got the Federal Reserve coming down the pipeline in a couple of weeks, raising interest rates. I think if they get more aggressive, it bursts the commodity bubble. And I think the U.S. is a sleeping giant getting ready to be woken up here and is going to make up for that supply shortage that we've all been talking about here. And this will be a short-term supply shortage, and that will be met 6 months from now.
Always good to get your trader talk. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.